I love Ariana, if you could tell by the look today. Love Toad in a Hole.
This is a no. This is an absolute yes. This is really hard to rank. Hi, I'm Gibson, Team GB figure skater.
Hi, I'm Lilah, and this is Rank Them.
We have 3 sports on ice skates.
I'm a little bit biased, but I'd say number 1, just because I know her. It would be awkward if I didn't put this.
I mean, figure skating for sure. They're all very different. Like this one, to me, it's more interesting, obviously.
And then number 2, I love ice hockey, especially the fights, but I know that's not something I should say. But you know, it's interesting.
The adrenaline of watching speed skating is amazing, and if you've never watched it, absolutely watch it because it's crazy and so on the edge, literally.
And then speed skating, I also love, but I'd say I'm more biased towards these 2.
And hockey, I don't understand it, so whatever for it. But I do like if they fight, but I don't think that's allowed at the Olympics. So we shall see.
This is so tough because every competition is so different and meaningful in a different way.
If I were to rank this year's achievements, I'm gonna put nationals 3rd.
I would say number 1 is the Grand Prix season for me, just because we won 2 Grand Prix golds, which was a huge milestone in our career, but also overcoming a lot. Like I had a very serious injury in Finland and didn't think I'd be able to skate, and then went on to win, and that taught me a lot about inner strength and trusting my training, which was so valuable beyond the gold itself.
But maybe next year it could be 1st, because now we're tied to having the most national titles at 7, with Torval and Dean and others, the Scots, John and Sinead as well.
I would say number 2 would be our national titles, just because it is such an honor to be the British champion, the 7-time British champion, and to compete in front of a home crowd and family and people that we grew up skating alongside is just always so emotional and meaningful.
And in number 2, I'm gonna put this year's European medal. Wasn't quite the achievement we wanted, but it was cool to have a 3rd medal in a row.
And then Europeans, nothing against it, but I'd just say these 2 come above it. This is the most recent memory, so maybe I'm just really exhausted after Europeans, but it was also wonderful, and every experience is so special in its own way.
And then number 1 is going to be the Grand Prix final, just based off of the surprise that came with that position.
We have the most fun together. I wouldn't want to be doing this with anyone other than Lewis. We laugh every single day. We bring out the best in one another. We encourage and inspire one another. And we're both very driven people, and I think the combination together is very powerful. This is tough because all of these options are extremely inspiring and amazing.
So, British icons, legends. This is really hard to rank. 3 amazing stars, or 4 I guess with the 2.
I think it would be problematic if I didn't go with this, just because this is such an iconic moment in my sport in particular, and just their legacy lasts forever and ever, and they've done so much for skating and Great Britain. So the Bolero moment that everyone knows and loves.
Obviously my heart goes to Torval and Dean as number 1. Doing the same sport as them, it's incredible that they have the legacy in the UK.
Number 2 is going to be Eve, because we were actually there in Beijing when she won gold, and it was such a huge moment for Team GB being there in Beijing, and then of course the nation overall, and something that we're so proud to have watched and witnessed.
The fellow Scot, Eve, I was actually there when she won the gold, and to see her finally get that was amazing, and it was such a huge accomplishment and so emotional to watch.
And then number 3, Lizzie Yarnold, reclaiming her title, two golds in a row at Olympics. it's such an amazing feat, and all of them are they're such kind and inspiring and generous humans. I've been lucky enough to meet them all, so it's hard to even rank them.
I mean, I feel bad putting Lizzie third, but I also enjoy watching the sport. It's incredible to see, and I mean, I have no idea how they have the bravery to even do it in the first place. But unfortunately, I'm putting you number 3. I'm sorry, I apologize. Okay, so summer sports that I think I'd be good at.
Fun fact is that I'm horrible at all other sports. If you ask me to throw anything, it's going the opposite direction to where I'm aiming. You know, it's embarrassing. However, I'm randomly good at javelin. So athletics would be number 1.
I think the most relatable to figure skating is going to be gymnastics at number 1.
Number 2 is judo, just because the other option is gymnastics, and that's definitely not number 2. And it's kind of like a bathrobe, and I love a bathrobe, so that could be comfortable. And then gymnastics is number 3, just because, do you think that's happening? No.
So for running, based off the distance, I'm also just gonna put that as number 1. And judo, based off of the combat sport that we're in, because I have a partner and I get smashed in the face many times, is also gonna go number 1. No, I think the real order would be this. Because again, I really hate running, so. I think when Lilah ranked these, she would have had judo as number 1, running is number 2, and gymnastics is number 3. And I say judo at number 1. I know it's not boxing, but she definitely has a strong right hook. Okay, so we have cooking, running, and reading.
So I would say cooking just because of the food element, but I don't cook. However, I'm great at browsing a menu and ordering. So if that counts, number 1, but I know it doesn't.
I hate all 3 things with a passion. So I'm gonna say cooking last.
So reading, I love reading so much. I literally carry around a bag that says bookworm on it. I love reading as a way to pass time, to learn when I'm traveling, to just escape from my daily life. I can't get enough of books.
Reading first, but we're reading Instagram captions. And we're running only to heat up.
Cooking number 2 in terms of eating and restaurants and people helping me cook. And then definitely don't want to exercise more than I already exercise when I'm trying to rest. So I'm going to say that's number 3.
Foods in order of the best for myself is sushi number 1, Mexican number 2, and British number 3.
Number 1 is easy for me. It is Japanese food, because in skating we get to perform in Japan a lot and tour there in the summer and spend like a couple weeks there at a time, and I'm just in heaven when I'm there. I love sushi and could eat it all day, every day.
If this was Scottish exclusively, I would maybe have ranked them differently. But British, this is a no, this is an absolute yes.
This just looks really good right now. Like I'm kind of craving this right now. So British food, love toad in a hole. And then number 3 would be Mexican food, just because I'm not super into the spices, but I do love guacamole. So I would have it if you forced me to. You wouldn't even have to force me to. No guys, Lewis, number 1's Mexican.
Sushi number 1.
That was Rank Them. Thanks for watching.